Homeschool Guide Montessori Consulting Services is a service to families and educators. I offer initial consultations for those that are interested in talking through unique situations, whether that is finding the right curriculum for their child, toilet learning, positive discipline, starting a homeschool, learning state laws, and setting up educational environments, to name a few. Please go to my website, www.home-schoolguide.com, for more information. Okay, welcome everyone to the Raising Independent Thinkers show. I'm your host, Bathsheba, and today is January the 30th, 2022. I hope everybody had a wonderful week. I can't believe how quickly, how fast January went. It's already February. And if you were all watching earlier, I realized that my mic wasn't on, so I apologize for any technical issues, and hopefully you all can hear me now. So this past week was pretty busy for me with consulting and working on some individualized lesson plans, which I just added onto my website. So I included a monthly lesson plan for children from K to 12. And these are personalized lesson plans based on your child's needs, abilities, and interests. It includes a consultation to talk about what your needs are, me creating the activities and lessons, and another live consultation to show you how to introduce the lessons at home. So if you're interested, please check it out on my website, which is on the screen. And it's something good for both parents who are homeschooling or whose children is in public school or private school, because you can always use the lessons at home at any time with your child. Okay, so over the weekend, we celebrated my birthday again, and Akeem and I went out to eat with some really good friends. We had a great time. So yeah, I hope all of you out there are feeling good at the moment and ready for some information. Today, I'll also be in AltSpace VR, and I'll be playing my video every day at 8 p.m., hopefully. So if you have the AltSpace app or Oculus VR set, please join me. I'll also be there greeting people in the VR, so I'm excited about that. Me and Akeem got one for each other this past holiday, so we've been using it and just trying to figure it out. So over the past week, I started reading a book called How to Raise an Amazing Child the Montessori Way. And the author is Tim Seldin. Now, some of you may know that I am a certified Montessori educator, and I haven't really talked a lot about who Montessori was and what her philosophy is all about. I believe I did do a show last year when I did my podcast on Blog Talk, and I talked a little bit about Montessori then. But Maria Montessori was an Italian physician and educator, and she believed that education should be child-centered versus adult-centered, which means that we should involve the children in the learning process where they're active participants. So she believed in a child-centered approach, and she also believed in fostering independence in the child by giving them choices, providing guidance, and allowing them to learn at their own pace. And her ideas and scientific observations are the foundation for her educational method. And her method is what actually has inspired my thinking of raising independent thinkers, and also inspired me to continue teaching and sharing my knowledge. So, the topic today is on supporting your child's independence. And when we think about raising an independent thinker, we want to ask ourselves, what are the qualities of an independent thinker? And some of the words that come to my mind are creative, courageous, a person who has original thought, who's willing to take risks, someone who is able to focus on what matters to them while also being aware of others, but not allowing others to control your life, and someone who's just able to think for themselves, which sounds simple, but a lot of us out here are not thinking for ourselves, or it doesn't come easy for us to think for ourselves. So again, we're talking about supporting your child's independence. And I wanted to read a little bit in the book, How to Raise an Amazing Child the Montessori Way. And I put the name in the description below. So I'm going to start reading on page 78, which is in chapter 3. And the chapter is called Let Me Do It. Okay. So it starts off and it says, from very early in life, children want to practice the skills that will make them independent. Helping children learn to do things for themselves, from dressing and washing to pouring drinks, making their snacks, set them on the road to independence. According to their age, young children can be very helpful around the house. They can clean up their rooms, help to chop vegetables, sweep up messes, dust, and generally help us in the kitchen as we cook and bake. They can learn how to set the table, carry food to the table, arrange flowers and table decorations. They can also learn table manners, how to greet guests at the door, how to act as nice hosts and hostesses to young friends, guests, and relatives who come to visit. With gentle guidance, children quickly learn to work neatly, pick up after themselves, and help out with household chores. And they thoroughly enjoy practicing these skills. Children who feel respected and competent develop a far greater sense of emotional well-being than children who are doted upon. The activities in the chapter are designed to help you teach your children specific everyday living skills that will help them become increasingly independent and self-confident. Lessons in these skills are intended not only to teach the skill itself, but also to help your child to develop a sense of calmness, concentration, cooperation, self-discipline, and self-reliance. Many have social objectives too, teaching self-awareness, sensitivity to others, and service to the community. Parents have to set the tone and serve as daily role models for everyday living skills. We need to be poised, purposeful, precise, caring, and giving. According to Maria Montessori, the essence of independence is to be able to do something for oneself. Such experience is not just play, it is work children must do in order to grow up. So I wanted to stop right there and just talk a little bit about why it's so important for us to support independence. And I think about some of the families that I've come across over the years and being able to watch some of those children grow up as young adults. And there is such a big difference in an adult child who's completely dependent and someone who is independent. And the child that's completely dependent is someone who needs others to cook for them, to clean for them, to wash their clothes, make decisions for them, pay their bills. And of course, The child or adult who's independent is the total opposite, right? So this support that is needed should start from an early age. And I mean as early as 2 years old. Supporting them and allowing them to be involved in life's lessons are important. So Tim Seldin, the author of this book, How to Raise an Amazing Child the Montessori Way, talks about these life lessons in 3 areas. He talks about care of himself, everyday tasks, and grace and courtesy. And I'll just talk a little bit about caring for the self, which is a basic skill that we must have. And being self-sufficient allows us to be capable of providing for our own needs. So success starts with knowing that you are capable of accomplishing whatever it is that you set your mind to. So my son, who has some trouble with his fine motor skills, his hands, because he was born premature, he's now 21 and turning 22 next week. And there was a time where I cooked all of his meals because of his condition. And I remember the day that I showed him how to cook over the stove for the first time. And I taught him how to boil eggs, which I thought was simple enough. And for him, it was a little bit difficult because, he's in a wheelchair. So it was difficult for him to reach things and pour things. But the excitement that I saw in his eyes when he was able to successfully do it on his own was priceless. And from there on, he's making boiled eggs every day, and he also makes other things as well. But he's independent in that area. So some activities that you can work on at home for younger children is undressing and dressing themselves, brushing their teeth, combing their hair, washing up. So basic hygiene and self-care. For older children, learning how to wash their clothes, loading the dishwasher, setting the table, preparing for meals, cooking meals, helping to take care of pets. And those are just to name a few. So I think that most parents want their child to grow up and become independent adults. And I know that supporting independence is the greatest gift a parent can give to their child. Giving your child the faith to believe in themselves and help themselves, and the tools to prepare them for adult life in the future. So I hope you all enjoyed the message on today. Next week, I'll continue with the discussion. Please like and subscribe to our videos. Don't forget to tune in every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. to listen to Akeem Live. And I will see you all next Sunday. Peace.